Good day guys! Good afternoon, Sir JM po. So in this lesson, in this module, we are going to discuss this via video recorded. So hindi po tayo magmi-meet ng Google Meet. Okay? So our lesson title is Media in Information Languages, Codes, Convention, Producers, Audience, and the Stakeholders. So in this lesson, we will learn the media and information in order for us that we can understand the media and information codes, convention, and message with respect to consumers, producers, and to the other stakeholders. It will help us to learn the knowledge in real-life situation using the codes, convention, and languages of the media. So at the end of the session, we shall be able to identify the codes, convention, and how they affect the audience, the producers, and the stakeholders. So next is we're going to use the given graphic organizer to identify the different roles and responsibilities of the audience, producers, and the stakeholders. So we have four types of codes in media, namely technical codes, written codes, audio codes, and the symbolic codes. So we're going to debunk each one of them. Mapag-aaralan natin kung ano nga ba yung responsibility nila when it comes to codes and media. Technical codes. Technical codes, this include techniques and methods like camera angle, shot type, and lighting. For example, we have camera techniques, framing, depth of field, lighting, exposure, and juxtaposition. So, in technical codes, dito natin makikita kung paano ba video recorded ang isang content, kung paano ba ang different angle niya at ang different shots niya. So I have here a example. So kung makikita natin sa number 1, it is a very extreme long shot. So makikita natin lahat, yung background, yung buong kwento, masasabi natin na naglalaro siya, something like that. So sa picture number 2, wide shot, medyo nabitin or naputol na yung background niya at hindi na natin malaman kung ano nga bang ginagawa niya. Picture number 3, medium shot, siya na lang yung nakikita natin. Picture number 4, half of the body is nawala, medium close-up shot. Number 5 is close-up shot. Tapos number 6 is very extreme close-up shot. So ito yung parang binabad shot ka ng mga friends and classmates mo tapos itatag ka nila tapos ipopost nila sa Facebook. So yung makikita nila yung mga pores mo, yung mga pimples mo, mga ganon. Binabad shot ka nila. So, next example naman is the different camera angle. So, makikita natin dito yung low view, eye level, high, okay, worm's eye, canted, tsaka bird's eye view. So, dito naman, it will shows or it represent something, di ba? For example na lamang sa worm eye, kapag ikaw yung nasa baba, pag ikaw yung worm, makikita mo na it shows or it represent na si Red, no, yung sa Angry Bird na si Red, have a power over us sa mga viewers. No, ganun kasi naka-point of view nga tayo. So, may power over si Red sa atin na audience. Nakukuha ba? I hope so. So, next naman tayo, it is written codes. Written codes, some example of written codes are headlines, caption, title, and writing style. For example nila mo nito is mga headlines, yung caption, at saka speech bubbles. So, ano ito? So, for example, yung headline natin, of course, the title of the story in large type, titles, okay? Siyempre kung ano ba yung title ng isang book or ng isang movie or ng isang series. Caption, it should appear below an image, 'di ba? Ito yung mga nila subtitle na tinatawag natin. Or the speech bubble used in comics or in cartoons, 'di ba? Sino yung mga kagaya ko na hindi makapanood ng isang movie or ng isang YouTube video na walang caption? Ako lang ba? Ako lang ba ang weird na hindi nanonood ng mga movies or videos, YouTube videos na walang caption? Kasi kahit na English, Tagalog, Japanese or Korean yan, kailangan ko pa rin ng caption kasi hindi ko alam kung bakit ganon. So, yon. Next, we have the audio codes. Audio codes, this include codes related to sound, background music, sound effects, and voiceovers are under this category. For example na lamang in dialogue, diba? Tone, music, and sound effects. So, in audio code, guys, it it gives a lot of power to a media content. Kasi isipin nyo na lamang, no, horror movie yung papanoorin natin. Tapos bigla nating minute. So hindi natin ma-feel na natatakot tayo or nagkakaroon ng thriller ang isang movie unless na naririnig natin yung mga sound effects. Kasi try mong manood ng isang horror movie tapos i-volume down mo. Hindi ka na matatakot, hindi ka na magkakaroon ng excitement, hindi ka na matitrill kasi sound effects are giving the highlight of the movie. So, ito ang audio codes. Next naman is the symbolic codes. Symbolic codes, these are the codes that are used to convey a symbolic rather than literal meaning. So for example natin is objects, settings, body language, clothing, and color. Another one example is the way a character's emotion are implied in a scene. So meron ako dito example. Ito yung symbolic codes: object, setting, colors, costume, and body language. So, ano naman description ng object? It conveys meaning. So, for example nito, badge, sports car, and gun. For example, mayroong isang scene, may isang police na nagpakita ng badge. Of course, it represents authority over and power, 'di ba? Kasi pag nagpakita yan ng badge, ibig sabihin law enforcement 'yan. Pagdating naman sa sports car, it represents power and money, rich, parang gano'n. Pagdating naman sa gun, gun means danger, death, or even violence. So, nakikita natin yon sa mga action movie. Pag nagpakita ng barel, may nakita tayong barel, okay, barilan na yan, danger, death, or even violence. So, sa settings, it shows time and place. Okay, kung nasa Iceland ba to, desierto ba to, nasa green something ba to, nasa forest, and even it shows the date. So kung futuristic ba to, or nasa near future ba siya, or nasa currently time natin sila yung movie. So sa color naman, it suggests a mood. So red, black, white, of course, colors have connotation. For example, black means evil or dark side. So nagbibigay din siya ng meaning kung ano nga ba yung nakikita nating color ng isang motion picture. Nakita niyo na ba yung meme sa internet na kung saan kapag color medyo yellowish yung settings nila? For example, nanonood kayo ng isang movie tapos medyo yellowish yung nakikita nating motion picture, for sure nasa Mexico yan, 'di ba? Nasa Mexico yung place nila, parang ganon. Next naman is costume. Okay, wrong spelling yung costume, pagpasensya nyo na. It shows clothing, hair, and makeup. Okay, suits, collar, and tie. This example means is business attire or business-like. For example, naka-formal attire siya for business yung kanyang isuot. Next naman, body language depicts emotions and movement, facial expression, movements, and even the posture. Diba? So this is the symbolic codes. Next naman, language pertains to technical and symbolic ingredients or codes and convention that media and information professionals may select and use to communicate ideas, information, and knowledge. So, in terms of language, nagbibigay lang tayo ng ideas and information sa bawat isa. Media language naman, codes, convention, format, symbolics, symbols, and narrative structures that indicates the meaning of media message to an audience. So sa convention, in the media context, it refers to a standard or norm such as the rule governing behavior. So ano ba yung norm na gawain nila sa society nila or sa product content nila, parang gano'n. Message, it is the information sent from the source to a receiver. Audience, a group of consumers for whom a media message was constructed, as well as anyone else who is exposed to the message. Producers, people who engage in the process of creating and putting together media content to make a finished media product. So sa media producer's job naman tayo comes with a large amount of responsibility in the field such as broadcasting, film, televisions, and commercials. They will be tasked with funding and finding for the projects. So along with developing ideas, writings, diba? And locating suitable people to fill various roles. So pagdating sa mga producer, sila mismo yung pinakautak ng isang content, ng isang media content. Sila yung nagfa-finance, sila yung naghahanap ng tao, sila yung nagra-write kung ano nga ba ang magiging takbo ng isang kwento. Okay? So stakeholders, okay, libraries, archives, museum, internet, and other relevant information providers. For example, the media stakeholders, government, employers, customers, and even the suppliers. So, in other words, tayong mga stakeholders o kung gusto nating bumili ng part ng content media yun, natatawag tayong stakeholders. Okay? So, that's it for our lesson. I hope na may natutunan kayo. And for our module task, I will send it to our GCR. Goodbye, everyone!